Hey everyone, Redneck Brian here. Hopefully you saw my last video. It was quick and simple. It was me driving the Murry. As you saw in the video, I got it running. All I did was, I checked the oil yesterday, had good oil in it. I don't know how good it is now because it dumped some gas into the engine. When I put gas in it, it actually filled the carburetor, so the float was getting stuck. The reason why I couldn't rev it, I did leave it in the description, but I'll tell you it now as well. I believe the float stuck, so every time I go to rev it, it dies. So it's not running 100% yet. They did drain the gas, but there was still a little bit of gas in the float. So also what I did is I put a fuel shutoff on it right there. These motors are really prone to flooding like that. Same with the Tecumsehs, the 12.5 horse Tecumseh engines. This is a Briggs, but I figured put that on there just in case. But other than that, it rode fairly good. There's a bit of a squeak in the front end. The steering's actually pretty good on this one. There's not much play at all. So that's one thing that this has going for it that the Kubota has. The Kubota has terrible steering. There is a lot of play on the Kubota's steering. Also, what I'm thinking is this is going to be easier to get parts for. Also, there's an issue with the steering wheel on the Kubota in the steering shaft. It's actually bent. It feels like the shaft itself is bent. There's a lot of play in that steering wheel. And if you look at the design of the steering wheel, how it, if you can see it, I'll try and zoom in. I got my phone. How it sticks up like that. It's kind of a poorly designed aspect of that steering wheel. The headlights do work. They run when the engine's running, which I don't like that setup. That will be changed. I'm debating on. I know I'm gonna say this, but you know I hate the push button starts, but I may end up putting one on here. I was watching Fearless Front last night on his off-road, not his diesel off-road mower, on the Murry off-road mower. He has a key and then he has a push button. I might consider doing something like that. So we'll see. As you can see, the battery's back on the battery tender. I had to use the jump pack to start it. The battery seems to be coming up, so give it some more time on the battery tender, and it may or may not come up. Another thing I don't like is these fenders on this one. They're not terrible, but they're not the greatest. I don't necessarily like this setup. The right fender, it's loose. I think the bolts just could be loose. I don't know. I don't necessarily like that type of the body on this, but one thing I do like about this is it's a two-piece frame. See, this can come off to access everything underneath, access the linkage, and then it's the pan. The pan holds everything together. I call these a unibody style tractors. The Kubota, that's another thing that's going for it, is a full frame tractor. So they both have their pros, they both have their cons. So the throttle setup on this, obviously I'll be getting a gas pedal, but it's not bad. The seat definitely needs to go back. What I'll do is I'll adjust the seat tomorrow, get the carburetor cleaned up a bit more, get it running better, and hopefully I can get some revs out of it. And I'll do a full, real test drive of it. So we'll see. The thing that sucks is I think I had a nose for this. I had another Murry 12.5 horse hood, but I think I scrapped it, which kind of sucks. And I'm pretty sure it had a good headlight cover on it, which kind of sucks now. But yeah, and it's a 40-inch deck. I noticed that after I made the video what the size of the deck was. And as you can see right there, that's where the mower stuff mounts for this. So all that could be sold with the deck. The deck's not terrible. The spindles seem to be okay. If the person's not too picky, it'd be a good deck for somebody. So another thing I'd like to show, minimal play in here. That minimum play. See, it's already turning the wheels. So it does jump the tooth right there a bit. So I think there might be a worn out tooth. I'm not sure. That's what it seems like it is. But again, this will be cheaper to get parts for, in my opinion, than the Kubota. So to look for parts for that, I've been looking up some of the parts whenever I was thinking about fixing it. They're very expensive on the Kubota. So that's the con of the Kubota. If there's an actual Kubota part I need, I'd say anything in the steering, it's expensive. Now with the Murry, it's a lot cheaper. And the other tractor I had wasn't a Noma. I did have a Noma, similar, but it was a Craftsman. So, anyways, that's pretty much it. So I'll talk to everyone later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment.